Привет и добро пожаловать на стрим, где сегодня мы с вами постараемся добить эту игру изо всех сил. Так, в предыдущем эпизоде мы с вами... Нас тут больше нет союзников. Мы и против Мортимера, и против Холма. И по идее мы выбрали Холма, но на самом деле в письме, которое мы написали рукой Пьяджи, мы очернили всех. Правда, мы там фигово разгадали загадку, которую мне уже после помогла разгадать подруга, но я не стала переигрывать. Голосование. Привет, дракон.
From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts.
You take care of getting the lands. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
She has to pay for all the harm she's done to me.
Meanwhile, let us remain on our guard against any last-minute surprises. I know my brother well. He never prepares for war if he has no chance of winning.
Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
If I'm asking you all these things, it's for your own good, you know.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
Don't make me your competition, Richet. You are no match.
Что случилось со старыми наушниками? Мои затычки, они на самом деле очень дешевые наушники.
It's all already in there.
Они то ли сгорели, то ли они сгорают, то ли еще что-то с ними происходит, я не знаю. Поэтому мне приходится одалживать вот эти, от которых у меня потом болит голова. Но что поделать? Малая гостиная, 24 января 1793 года. Эпизод 5. Шах и мат.
My friends, here we all are. We are about to definitively shelve Lord Mortimer's absurd project regarding Louisiana. It will only take one of you to oppose it, and we have won. The vote is to be held shortly, so we must keep our guard up. I'm sure Mortimer's preparing something.
Don't worry, Sir Gregory. Nothing can stop us now.
Beware, Johann. We mustn't underestimate him. So, I'll ask you to return to your rooms and stay there until the conference. And if one of Mortimer's team comes knocking at your door, no matter what, do not open it under any circumstance. Don't give them the opportunity to manipulate you. Is that clear?
Understood.
Good.
Count on me.
As you wish.
Right. Let us adjourn. Louis, stay on a moment, if you would. I need to speak to you.
Yes. What can I do for you?
I've known my brother for a long time. I'm sure he has a plan. I'd like you to go and see each member of our group and make sure they remain loyal.
Okay.
One thing's for sure. I doubt William will give up without a fight. He'll try something. I'll keep him busy while you check on all of our group. Can I trust you?
Of course.
If there is a traitor in our group, find out who it is, Louis. Find them, then come back and let me know. I'll deal with them personally. I want a landslide victory. I want to teach William a lesson.
Wait a minute. Isn't the Duchess supposed to be here?
No, she's resting in her room. I confess I'm a little worried about her mental health. She's going through a very difficult time at the moment, and I wouldn't want my brother to exploit her fragility.
I'll go now.
Thank you, Louis. See you in a while.
Ну, Холм, как бы... Я не знаю уже, что читать. У нас... Я вот эти книжки прочитала, но мы все не собрали, поэтому... Пусть будет допрос. Вперед. Холм, у меня для тебя новости. Предатель это мы. Так, поговорить со всеми. Какой рояль. Какой рояль. Боже мой, красота-то какая. О, как они туда вазу спихнули. И зачем? Так, он тут стоит.
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Что это у нас? Книга об охоте. Уж. Так, это наша гостиная, которая темненькая. О, кто-то чашку прям на пол поставил. Ну, что такое? Люди высшего общества. Все загадили. Мне с тобой не нужно уж больше разговаривать.
Have you seen everyone?
Нет. Окей, иду. Я иду не в ту сторону, видимо. Чё это мы все время такие уставшие? Ну ладно, давайте выпьем. За здоровье. Я вот не помню, что тут делать дальше. Там вроде или надо быть держать, или наоборот нужно сделать так, чтобы они стали против братца. Ну, так как мы выбрали Холма, то нам нужно, наверное, поддержать Холма. Но... О, что это такое? Нойс. Золотой эликсир. День добрый.
What can I do for you, sir?
Мы
I am
желаем
at your
меду.
service day and night, sir.
Мы желаем меду.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Возможно, наша посиделка в эти выходные, скорее всего, отменяется. У нас тут города в красную зону попали и все прикрыли. Посиделка, в смысле, онлайн то, что... Или то, что мы онлайн собирались что-то сидеть и все такое. Как это может отмениться из-за того, что города в красной зоне? И так, что нам нужно? Меда у нас, кстати, достаточно. Кармелитская вода.
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Так, не бреши. Возмутительно. Это как раз тот самый
Listen,
случай.
I suffer from terrible migraines, and the voyage by boat has brought on my rheumatism. So, unless you have anything else to alleviate the pain, please give me some quickly. Thank you. Oh, and the one from Bordeaux, right? I prefer it to the one from Paris.
Immediately, sir. Here, I hope sir will get well again quickly. Anything else,
Кармелитская
sir?
вода. Бордо. Ёлки-палки, ну прям вообще. Окей, еще нам нужны якорцы.
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against, sir, taking any.
Потому что кое-кто с кое-чем не может приехать. То есть тебе не дадут главный ингредиент, по сути.
You see, Tribulus cystoides is from the Zygophalaceae family, very rich in nitrates and potassium chloride. It was used in India 700 years before Christ, my good fellow. And I know nothing better to perk you up.
Oh, as sir wishes. Here is the herb, sir. May I help you in anything else, sir?
Чё нет, я бы не
My good
отказался
fellow,
от янтаря.
would you have any amber?
Эмбер.
I would, but unfortunately, I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Что-то у нас не очень спорим, у вас его нет. Ладно, в топку. Пойдем. И так его обобрали как липку, бедного слугу. Так. Говорить со всякими. Эмили, как дела?
Emily? Emily, it's me.
Come in, Louis.
I just saw it. What's that servant doing in your room?
A gift from father.
You're joking, right?
Unfortunately not. He's worried about my health.
Oh, typical. Of course, I understand this is in no way an overreaction on his part. Anyway, I've come to see if you're better.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. I'd appreciate it if we kept our last discussion to ourselves, Louis. I'm not very proud of the state I was in.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
And did you manage to speak to Mortimer?
One moment. I'd rather continue our discussion away from any curious eyes. Follow me next door, please. You wanted to know if we spoke? Well, let's just say he didn't stick around long, but yes, I can definitely say we spoke.
Как прошел разговор? Давайте
And
потратим
did it
очко.
go all right? I imagine you spoke about yourselves.
He confirmed what Sir Gregory told me, that he really is my father. That he didn't know I was his daughter until a short while ago.
And, well, how are you? Did you take it all right?
To be honest, I don't know. I feel like I've lost all my bearings.
And what about me then?
Do you trust him?
Нет,
Are you
конечно, нет.
joking? I'll never be able to trust him. He distills the information that he's willing to share, a drop at a time. He manipulates the people he needs and gets rid of those in his way. Sure, he's our father, but he can't count on me to follow him in everything he does. And you? What do you think?
Honestly, I don't know who to believe. The only person I really trust is you. So I'll follow you this time round.
I won't be voting for him. I'm not convinced by his proposition. I'll be voting for Sir Gregory.
I understand. In that case, I'll vote for home, like you. But it won't please Father.
That's only to be expected. But, well, it's not my fault if he hasn't been able to convince me.
Don't worry, he'll get over it.
Right. I won't disturb you any further. See you later for the vote.
See you in a while.
Ну и теперь посмотрим, действительно она ли проголосует ли. Основной ингредиент шурик. Так, секундочку.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
Так, слуга.
Thank you for consoling.
Что происходит? Почему тут не убрано? Что ты тут
The Lady's
стоишь?
Waldegrave by Reynolds, painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband.
Почему тут
Displayed
не
like
убрано?
meat.
В чем смысл?
It's disgusting.
Окей, давайте пойдем против часовой стрелки. Мануэль Годой. Нам надо с ним поговорить. Что это такое?
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Так, что у нас еще тут валяется? Ключ с оккультным символом, воздух.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. But that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Конечно, нет. Мед? Черт, у нас слишком много меда. Окей, но мы знаем теперь, что здесь валяется мед, если что.
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Я бы такие обои хотела себе домой. Просто как акцент.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I have to think about that one.
Тоже греет ручки.
Monsieur
Как я.
Bonaparte.
Ah, excuse me, I was expecting someone else.
Mr. Godoy,
О,
do you have a moment?
Your timing's awkward, Dorishi. I'm expecting someone. I haven't time. Please leave me.
Very well. I won't insist.
Looks like he only wants to speak to Bonaparte. I know what I have to do if I want to speak to him.
Он хочет поговорить с Бонапартом, значит. Нам нужно... Так, стоп. Я знаю, что делать в теории. На практике я не знаю. Бонапарт, кажется... в эту сторону. Здравствуйте, Бонапарт. Бонапарт? Да. Да, мои шумят, несу слово.
Looks like Volner's opposition is in the line of fire. I don't like the sound of that. Looks like Volner's opposition is in the line of fire. I don't like the sound of that.
А где... А, вот он. Бонапарт, я его не разглядела во всем этом убранстве. Что-то ему картина не понравилась, он ее... Я решил повернуть. Monsieur Bonaparte.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Louis, do you want something?
Yes, for you to test the Duke's loyalty, since he'll only speak to you.
Well,
Whatever it is, I haven't the time. The conference will shortly begin, and I want to be focused. Sorry. Come back and see me afterwards.
I see I haven't much choice.
Вселиться в Наполеона.
Seeing as Godoy will only talk to Bonaparte, and Bonaparte will talk to no one, I have no other choice but to borrow his body. Nothing personal here, Napoleon.
Look, I'm sorry. This conference is of utmost importance to me, and I should like to be prepared for it.
Concentrate, Louis.
You don't mind if I sit down, do you?
Сядь.
I don't want to fall flat on my face when my spirit passes inside you.
No, I don't think you've understood, Richet.
Link into his thoughts, Louis. Come on.
I said I did not want to be disturbed.
That's it. I sense something.
What word in leave me alone do you not understand?
Come on, just keep going and get inside his mind. Now.
Too bad for you. You can't say that I haven't... Thank you very much for the loan of this body, monsieur.
Right. Let's not waste any more time, Louis. Godoy is waiting.
Я представляю себе, что мы сидим на стуле, усиленно
There you are at
тужимся.
last, Bonaparte.
My lord
With a
Duke.
typically
Bonaparte
French
такой, что
attitude.
происходит?
You
Let's
are
not-
20 minutes late. Without the least excuse. I am risking a lot, monsieur. You seem to forget.
Please excuse me.
Well, what did you want to see me about?
So, let's see whose side he's really on.
I wanted to be sure. You are still going to vote for Mortimer, as planned, yes?
Mortimer? What the devil are you talking about, Bonaparte? I am on Holmes' side, and I intend to vote against Mortimer's project.
Мы не видим его насквозь. Черт. Давайте потратим.
My lord Duke, I never once dreamed of you playing on both sides of the fence. But I was given to understand that you and Lord Mortimer do have a few interests in common.
But I don't know what on earth you are talking about. Lord Mortimer and myself may agree on a number of subjects, but I am and shall always remain loyal to Sir Gregory. You see, there is no reason to think that I could ever side with Mortimer.
Oh, that's a pity. He was going to make you an offer.
What are you talking about? Make yourself clear. I do not understand you.
Come on, my Lord Duke. We both know very well what we are talking about. I thank you for not wasting my time.
I never dreamed of it, monsieur. I have a fair idea as to your presence here, but for some reason, something doesn't seem quite right. I am somewhat lost, to tell the truth. And this just isn't like you. I wonder if it really is you, in fact.
What?
You're just fishing around because you're the one who's changed sides.
What? What on earth are you talking about?
You're working for Holm. Admit it.
No, I'm not. Don't be ridiculous.
He's asked you to flush out the traitors in his team, hasn't he?
Of course he hasn't.
Admit it.
Come, Godoy. You're getting yourself in a muddle with all your speculating. The only true patron of France is, and always has been, Lord Mortimer.
I know, but something doesn't feel right, and I cannot put my finger on it. But let's assume, if you are really working for Mortimer, why did he task you to question me like this?
Lord Mortimer trusts you, my Lord Duke. But with all that's been going on, I admit he needs to feel supported. And as you're a man of great qualities, in his opinion, he simply wanted to make sure that you will still support him.
Ah, now I understand. Listen, I'll take your word for it, but tell Mortimer that he's making me run too great a risk. I already gave him my approval, and we agreed not to speak about it on the island. Just imagine for a minute if Holm had caught us. You might not know what he is capable of, but I certainly do. It would be the end of me.
The bastard. He really is a traitor.
Please excuse me, Duke Manuel, but that wasn't the intention. I shall go and reassure Lord Mortimer about the vote. And I promise to avoid you running any more risks.
I hope so. Now please, leave me. We must not be seen together.
Ну а нафиг ты тогда сказал Луи о том, что...
It's time to get going.
Уш. Бонапарт сидит такой. Опять в непонятках. В прошлый раз мы ему дали по морде. В этот раз вселились в него вообще. Окей. Дальше у нас по списку Пьяджи. Пойдем посмотрим, как дела у Пьяджи. Ледюк. Лоза Мортимер. Кто такой Ледюк? Годой, что ли? Пьяджи. Ты где? Мы помню Пьяджи, стоп. Где мы? Мы у себя в комнате. Окей, следующая комната. Вот он, Пьяджи.
Your Eminence?
Oh, Louis. What can I do for you?
Not too nervous about the conference?
Even if I add Lord Mortimer's reaction into the equation, I must admit, I don't know how we can lose. It will only take one of us to vote against his project, and the idea will be definitively dropped.
Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he still had a few tricks up his sleeve.
You are thinking about something?
Well, maybe he's managed to motivate some of Sir Gregory's supporters to vote for his project, for example.
No, you can't be serious. Do you know anyone capable of that, Louis?
Yes. Yes, I do indeed know someone.
Who then?
Double-dealing cheat. You're the mole. Do you really want me to tell you, Your Eminence?
What do you mean? I'm not sure that I understand.
Все предатели вокруг.
I think you know better than anyone who'd be capable of pretending to be on Sir Gregory's side while secretly planning to betray him.
What are you saying, Louis? I don't follow you. You are not really suggesting that...
Oh, I don't need to suggest anything. The situation seems clearer by the minute.
Louis, it's not what you think. I owe William everything. It's thanks to him that I took the holy orders.
Off come the masks, Your Eminence.
I beg you, try to understand. I owe him a favor.
Of course you do.
Louis, I haven't any choice. You don't say no to Mortimer. You know this very well. If you ignore him, you'll sooner or later pay the price.
I see. He just has to ask and you give in.
I beg you, don't say a word to Sir Gregory, or I'm done for. In the name of your mother, I implore you to keep it to yourself.
Ой-ой-ой. Я все расскажу Холму. Ничего не
Your
могу
Eminence,
обещать.
you've only got yourself to thank for the situation you're in. Don't count on me to get you out of it. I'm not promising anything here.
But what?
Goodbye, Your Eminence. I'll see you at the conference.
Прощайте, Преосвященство. Так, дальше нам нужно поговорить с Вашингтоном, который тоже должен быть на стороне Мортимера, получается. Правда, мы там ему запудрили мозги до этого сильно. Так что кто знает. Какой у него модерновый коврик, кстати, тут валяется. И диван моей мечты. Так. Что у него тут? Кошмары висят. Прям как у нас. Как вы себя чувствуете?
Mr. President, would you have a minute to spare?
Of course, Louis. What can I do for you?
I wanted to make sure that you're still with us. Since Mortimer has to convince everyone to follow him to win the vote, well, I expect he'll try bringing you over to his side eventually.
I won't lie. William did make a point of speaking to me.
And?
He has always supported me, Louis. I've been thinking long and hard about this. I know I said I would vote for Holm, but I've been...
Все предатели.
I'm
Все
sorry, but I
предатели.
won't be following you this time around.
Well, at least that's clear. Holmes the one who's going to be delighted about this reversal.
I'm sorry for you. Good luck and see you later at the conference.
See you later.
С ним было проще всего, потому что он тут, блин, самый честный человек. Получается. Так. Фон Велнер, где у нас висит? Вот он. А, это этот культист. У которого с Адамс были шуры-муры. Так, где он есть? Где вход? Ну, он точно перебежчик. Валер. Так. Тук-тук. Кто не спрятался, я не виновата. Так, по идее, должна только Эмили и мы проголосовать против Мортимера, получается.
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from Von Wollner.
А где он носится? Где Вельнер? В ванну не принимает, в кроватке не видать, в стульях нигде не спрятался. Где я его могла не увидеть? Может, он на балконе? Нет. Нет места для меда. И это что такое? Золотой эликсир, для которого у нас тоже нет места. Где Вельнер?
Amber crystals.
Янтарь. Мяу. Так, где он бродит? Непонятно.
What a mess. Looks like Wollner was interrupted. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from Von Wollner.
Как? Где? Почему? Я, кажется, нет места. Это что за вакханалия? Это крабы и рыба. Фу. Так. Где Веллер? Где он ошивается? Веллер, ты где? Точно. У Вёльнера написано, мы найдем в столовой, греющемся у камина. Кстати, нам нужно забрать Аль-Азиф на пристань. Нам нужно. Пойдем, заберем Аль-Азиф. То я совсем забыла об этом. О, опасные связи. Так, в ту сторону у нас Мортимер. Так. Окей. Пойдем, значит, сначала сюда. Заберем Аль-Азиф. А потом пойдем искать Мортимера. Как его? Вёльнера. Не Мортимера.
I think this chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
What is... Yes! Yes! At last I found it! Al-Azif! Well, you gotta admit, you did give us a run for our money. Huh? A page has been torn out.
Кто посмел испортить книжку?
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Тут мы уже все забрали. Окей. Значит, теперь нам нужно...
The barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Мы застряли в камушке. Столовую. И найти там в столовой нашего Вёльнера. А потом пойти и Холму все рассказать. Так, столовая. Направо. Тут каминов везде полно. Чуть ты в столовой решил погреться у камина. Ходил куда-то?
Louis, come closer. I'm warming myself up. I was unfortunate enough to step outside and now I'm freezing.
Куда?
I wonder what he's been doing outside. Something to do with what Holmes asked of him, maybe.
So, tell me, my friend, what can I do for you?
And this is the scumbag that tried to poison me.
Ударить фон Вёльнера, не трогать фон Вёльнера. Давайте не
Sir
будем его
Gregory
трогать.
has tasked me with making sure that all his allies don't change their minds over the conference.
Нас могут шантажировать.
I've heard that someone's going to try and blackmail you into changing your mind.
Oh,
that-
ho, ho, ho. You amuse me, Delichet. They can always try. They will be made welcome.
So you think there's no way that they can blackmail you then?
Right. At first this was amusing. Now it's becoming ridiculous, Louis. Just let them try. Come now. Stop wasting my time. I have things I need to do.
Черт. Блин. Окей. Я не уверена, что там с Вёльнером. Может, стоило его шлепнуть. Он с Пьяджи меня бы отравил, если бы мы не вселились в Пьяджи тогда. Окей. Секунду. Окей, где? В гостиной. Гостиная, она на втором этаже была. Забыла, где гостиная. А, гостиная была на первом этаже. Точно, точно. С шахматами и всяким. Так, столовая, библиотека, портретная галерея, служебная лестница, малая гостиная. Окей, вот сюда. Нам вот туда. Окей, холм. Мы пока будем у тебя на побегушках, так и быть. Где ты есть?
Louis.
Все вокруг предатели, Холм.
So, tell me,
Все предатели.
have you been able to speak to everyone?
Absolutely.
And? Did you find a traitor in our midst? Any news of Piaggi?
Он изменник.
If I were you, I wouldn't count on Cardinal Piaggi.
The scoundrel! I've given him everything, and this is how he thanks me.
I wouldn't be surprised if he and my father have been close allies for a long time.
He'll get what's coming to him. And President Washington, can we count on him?
Он изменник.
Unfortunately, President Washington has changed sides.
I must admit it comes as no surprise. My brother has always followed him, and I was expecting this reversal. What's your opinion of Duke Manuel?
Ой, он точно предатель.
Duke Manuel won't be supporting us.
How dare he! If it weren't for me, he wouldn't be where he is today.
I had to trick him in order to make sure. I passed inside Napoleon so that he would talk to me.
Congratulations, Louis. I see you're not one to stop at half measures.
I pretended that I was only checking he was still working for Mortimer.
And he confessed?
He was suspicious right to the end, but yes, he ended up giving himself away and conceded he was working for your brother.
The scoundrel! Can I count on Emily?
Scoundrel. Но не изменится. Я надеюсь.
Yes, she's on your side.
I was right to trust her.
I don't know if it's of any importance, but Father has given her a bodyguard.
A servant dressed in black?
Yes, is this detail important?
I hope not. We'll see. And von Volner? What's your feeling about him?
He's on your side. However, it seems that Mortimer feels certain he can get him to change his mind.
You mean blackmail him? That's impossible.
I don't know, but I thought it wise to warn you.
Yes. I see. Thank you, Louis, for all this information. I only hope what you say is right. The consequences could be horrific.
That is what we're likely to see.
William has moved his pieces. If that's how it is, it's my turn now.
What are you going to do?
Show him that I am not going to be outdone. Prepare yourself. It won't be long before the conference begins. There's just enough time to briefly go over it once more with my guests. Let us meet in the conference room when the time comes.
Но мы все помним, как их нам представили, то, что Мортимер и Холм играли в шахматы. Партия была не закончена. Холм такой, как всегда.
What were they talking about?
Ага.
Louis, a moment of your time, please.
Yes, monsieur. What can I do for you?
I would like you to hear me out without interrupting. It's in your interest. You are in a perilous situation, and I want to avoid you becoming a laughingstock.
Так добрый ко
That's
мне.
very kind of you.
In actual fact, all of Sir Gregory's team is working for Mortimer. If you vote for Holm, Mortimer will never forgive you. And I can assure you that he is taken down far tougher than you.
Are you threatening me?
Not me, Louis. But you are the only one who hasn't turned against Sir Gregory. Join us. Vote with us if you do not want to feel the wrath of Mortimer alone.
Is that all?
That's all, yes. I just wanted to warn you. Now you are free to vote where your conscience leads you. Good luck.
So, he's the one who's been persuading them all to turn back. I just gotta hope that Holmes managed to pull off his conjuring trick. Otherwise, Bonaparte's right. I'll be the only one voting against Mortimer, and therefore the only one to face the consequences.
Ничего, у нас есть копье.
Here we are at last, gathered together to close this conference. I would first of all like to thank you all
for making the time to be here and lend your services. Gregory, I believe I may speak for both of us when I say that we are honored by your presence here.
You are perfectly right to do so, William. Thank you for putting your faith in us and for coming here to participate in this conference. Thank you for helping us to make the best decisions. And I especially want to thank you, William, for perfectly hosting us at your home during these past several days.
Уильям отравил
I'm not sure all the
Холма.
guests would agree to that. In any case, Holm doesn't seem to be himself.
Good. I think we can begin. You will vote in turn on the question that interests us today. Are you for or against the transfer of ownership of Louisiana from Spain to France? Duchess Hillsborough.
Against.
Duke Manuel.
For.
Your Eminence.
For. But
Gregory, please. Monsieur Napoleon.
For.
Mr. von Vollmer.
For.
What?
Gregory, please refrain from interrupting the voting. You know the rules, brother. President Washington.
For.
Finally, Monsieur de Richet. What is your vote?
My turn.
Ну, Эмили проголосовала против, поэтому мы не будем ее оставлять одну против Папани. Проголосовать против. Нам помогают. Против.
I vote against.
The votes are now cast. So you were not won over by my project. That hurts.
I warned you. You
Холм
didn't want to listen to me.
Never
До свидания,
mind.
Холм.
It will still come to pass.
Traitor! What have you done? You are obliged to respect your word. That is the rule.
The time of conferences is over, dear brother. Let us abandon all this charade.
You don't have the right. What have you done to me?
What have I done? Nothing, Gregory. You did it yourself. A word of advice. In the future, that is, if you have one, don't drink someone else's cup of tea without checking what's in it.
Father, what happened?
Gregory, what's the matter? William, what have you done?
Not now.
You are mad, William. Father will punish you for this.
He will probably try, unless I get to him first.
But I cannot die.
No, you cannot die. You are, however, losing all sense of reason, as well as all your special abilities.
Это еще хуже.
What did I drink?
Can't you guess? There are but few things that can have such an effect on such as we. You would know that if you ever ventured even a little way off of Father's beaten track.
Revenge!
Oh, no, my dear Gregory. You will not be taking any revenge. You will die stupidly, alone, enclosed in that rather withered body.
Help me!
After several centuries of near absolute power, here you find yourself on your hands and knees, hoping in vain that someone is going to help you. Tell me, what does that feel like? Never happened to
Такой
me.
момент, дракон.
Can't be good. You cannot leave your body. You cannot project yourself elsewhere. You cannot even contact Father. Go ahead. Try. But you are my brother. So I ask you to remember that all this is your own fault. And I want you to understand I get absolutely no pleasure out of it. Well, very little.
You swine!
A new order is born today, brother. Enough of father's hegemony. After all these years of servitude, I can finally stand up and oppose it. You chose to serve him, whatever his excesses. Now it's up to you to face the consequences of that choice.
Matt, I am stronger than you.
Вот так вот. Ну, я, честно говоря, этого ожидала, потому что он слишком много кашлял, когда выпил этот чай. Когда еще? Ну, явно не во время развязки. Окей. Ну, мы с леди Хилсборо, возможно, нам придется отвечать. Но у нас есть копье. И я на это рассчитываю. Так. Давайте докачаем оккультизм. Пусть уж будет. Атлетику. Бдительность. Логика. Этикет и убеждения. Окей. Всего понемножку.
What? But...
Почему нас оставили?
What on earth is happening? Am I dreaming or...
Louis, it's me, Gregory. Listen, we don't have much time.
Oh.
But where are we?
Louis, I brought us here. You must act swiftly. I can't hold out for long. William has poisoned me. He must have used the blood of a former demon. I am no longer able to enter the body of someone else. The poison is gnawing away at me from the inside. I'm going to die, Louis.
But where are we?
In the ether.
What
you see is not real. It's only a mental projection created by my spirit. I'm occupying William's spirit at the moment, but I'm not going to be able to keep it up forever. Join me, Louis. Otherwise, all will be lost.
Yes. Yes, I'll join you.
Find a way. Hurry.
I must find them quickly.
Вау! Что нам нужно делать? Так, это важная глава. Ладно, значит, делаем перерыв, получается, дракон. Сколько мы? Уже почти час стрима. Окей. Делаем укулельный перерыв. Так, нужно открыть, кстати. Воу-воу-воу-воу. Так. Буп. Момент. Нужно укулеле. Упс. Пупок пришел и улетел. Так. Ау. Так, что нам еще нужно? Я уже забыла, как играть. Последний раз я играла, когда дракон, наверное, ты и заказывал укулеле тайм, поэтому... Где оно лежит? Укулеле тайм. Есть предпочтение? Есть у нас предпочтение про укулеле или нет? Если нет предпочтений, я сыграю тогда, что получится. Вроде сойдет. Так. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day, and when it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? Птицы летают. Лава супер долгая. My girl, my bird, talking about my bird. I get so much honey. The bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song than the birds in the trees. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My bird, talking about my bird. И дальше опять. Уф. Это была хорошая практика. Окей, давайте вернемся к нашим манускриптам. Так, манускрипты. Давайте возьмем логику. Так, нам нужно говорить со всеми, что ли?
Good God, I can't even move. But Louis can. What's happening?
Dear God, if I lose the war against France, I will be doomed.
I sense that something is happening, but I could no longer move.
Теперь мы знаем, что он сын Холма, получается.
History will remember me and the sacrifices I made.
I deserve a great destiny, and I will let nothing, nor no one, stand in the way of my dream.
Okay.
Beneath your compassion, we take refuge, O Mother of God.
Ага. Вот и выход.
What am I doing here now? Nothing seems real.
You're nothing but a coward.
What a bunch of amateurs you are. Please, keep calm.
What on earth is going on here? I don't understand a thing.
Louis, don't waste any time. Appease them. My thoughts are becoming confused. Help me. Be quick.
Yes, not a minute to lose.
Что? Момент. Что надо сделать с ними? Нужно расставить гостей слева направо? Что? Окей.
I can count on my father and my son to defend me. Yes. But will they make it in time?
Связь оккультизм. Вы чё?
God damn it. I don't understand a thing. I'm doomed.
Найти связь. То что ж такое?
Stay with me, Louis. We must take Alazif back from him.
Да отняли. Чё все такое дорогое?
He wants to isolate me again.
That's not really Elizabeth, it's another demon who wants to protect home from Mortimer. On a symbolic level, he should be placed between the two of them.
О. Окей. То есть нужно ее поместить между Мортимером и Холмом. Окей. Мы с этим не можем разговаривать. О, это мы.
I need to keep an eye on them. Emma is completely lost. She needs to be close to her sister. As for Emily, well, she no longer trusts anyone. Apart from me, that is. I have to stay by her side.
Окей. А как нам переставить? Понятно. Как? Пуп. Пуп. Кто из них Эмма, кто из них Эмили? Так, они должны быть рядом. И рядом с Эмили должен быть Луи. Теперь она должна быть между... О! Окей. У меня получилось.
Looks like I've succeeded. They've all disappeared.
Louis, it's worked. But don't waste any time.
Yes, I'm coming.
At least as soon as I found the exit.
Опять в картину прыгать или что? Видимо, да. Так, это комната Эмили.
Is anyone there?
Whoa.
I can hear you. I know you're there. Help me. Help!
Окей, момент. Она нас слышит, но не видит. Так. Окей.
You want to hear me? It's not fair. I don't deserve this.
What? What are you doing here?
You. It wasn't enough for you to let me be killed. You have to come here and stop babbling away at me. Fool, you couldn't have stopped her from shooting, could you?
Смени тон, мадам.
You can change your tone because I'm not the one who shot at you, remember? It's not my fault if your sister got rid of you like a dead weight.
What you just said was nasty.
That was for treating me like an idiot.
I didn't want it to happen like that. I just wanted to exist a little too.
Didn't you ever think there might be other ways of doing that?
Obviously, it's easy to say that now. Louis, we have no time to lose. Help me, please.
What on earth is she talking about?
Come on, you're dead.
No, there's got to be a solution. I am made of the same stuff as you. I already survived a gunshot at point-blank range. I will survive this. Help me. I'll go mad if I stay here any longer. I must have been here several months. I stopped counting from... Hang on. What are you doing here? Are you dead?
Слишком долго объяснять.
Look, never mind. Don't take this the wrong way, but it would take too long to explain it all.
But you can move about, can't you?
I'm not dead, Emma.
So you should be able to help me.
Я не знаю, мне Эмили больше
Emma,
нравится.
I have no idea of what's going on. How do you expect me to help you?
There must be a way. I beg you, promise you will help
Emma,
me, Louis.
how can you expect me to promise anything under these conditions?
Don't leave me, Louis.
Look, I don't want to get your hopes up, Emma. I hope you understand. Farewell.
No, Louis. No! Louis! No! Don't leave me. Louis! Filthy scum, I'll kill you. I'll get out of here and I'll come looking for you, Louis de Richelieu.
I must be quick.
My memories. I'm losing my sense. Louis? Are you there?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Pick up the thread of my thoughts, Louis. Of my memories. Make haste.
Oh.
I can't hold out. And coincidentally, who arrives at...
Целиком проанализировать воспоминания.
This is about my arrival, as well as Emily's. There must be an earlier memory that talks about my sisters.
Так, йоу. Они меня торопят, но... Так. Элизабет, получается, тоже чья-то сестра наша или что-то в этом духе. Это что такое? Окей. Клювась. Помогай лучше.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference.
Окей.
Ah, Charles François. What an adventure.
Charles François.
Dear Countess Dunolstein, what a pity you disappointed me. Dear Countess Dunolstein, what a pity you disappointed me. Ah, Charles François, what an adventure.
Шарль Франсуа. Это про Эмили.
Come to me. France, so much effort, so much wasting time. It was a trap right from the start. It was a trap right from the start. At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring the Hillsborough sisters here. He knew it. He knew it. He already knew they were his daughters.
Previous conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing began.
Так. Восстановить последующие воспоминаний. Окей.
Previous conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing
Привет,
began.
дела хорошо. Как у вас? Можно будет потом как-нибудь хани-хани. Что такое хани-хани? Давайте выберем это
Previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring
This
the
is the first event that brought home here. Oh yeah, I'm on the right track.
Окей, хорошо. Найдено первое воспоминание. Потом что было? Воу. Тут еще дальше всякие штуки.
I recalled Sparta.
О-о.
And when Elizabeth disappeared, I
Whoa.
I didn't want to believe it. He feeds Louis, and I continue to see nothing. I recalled Sparta of my exchanges back then with my brother. I did everything in my power to avoid the Peloponnesian War, but he wouldn't listen. He always wanted more. Father wasn't gentle with William back then, shutting him in the body of Pericles for 8 years and reducing Athens and its cursed democracy to its knees.
One of Holmes' distant memories and one of his brothers. With an ego like his, he's undoubtedly talking about Mortimer. Could there be a link here? No, at the time they weren't enemies like they are today.
Что тут делать?
And when Elizabeth disappeared, No, it's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word.
Окей, мы тут застрянем еще на 3 часа, я так понимаю. Угу. Мы вот это выбрали.
France, so much effort. France, so much effort. So much wasted time. From Charles Martel to the wars of religion. I simply did not consider Protestantism to be a real threat, and that was my greatest mistake. My faith in Father and the Catholic Church that he administered made me blind. I can see that now. I lost France through 100 years of war.
Analysis is correct, but there's no link to what interests me here.
Okay. То есть это мы правильно нашли или нет? Что мы пытаемся найти? Нам узнать последовательные воспоминания Холма.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference, supposedly to find her sister, whereas Emma hadn't even disappeared yet. The poor wretch was shot as her sister was setting foot on the island. I should have understood that earlier.
It's about my first vision on the island, the day of my arrival. This could be the beginning of the story, yet Holmes is talking about bringing Emily back again. So there must have been something before this.
France, so much effort, so much wasted time. It was a trap right from the start.
Почему я не могу послушать снова это воспоминание?
France, so much effort, so much wasted time.
Что у нас тут?
Ah, Charles François. Ah, Charles Francois. What an adventure. It was so easy for me to sell your title of Marquis de Maintenon to Françoise d'Aubigné and to sail for the Caribbean islands. One of my greatest successes. With one stroke, I placed myself right next to the King of France, with a mistress under my orders. And I was able to impose my law over the seas of the triangular trade.
Anyhow, I should try to concentrate on his voice. He's talking about Charles Francois d'Angennes and Françoise d'Aubigné. They were contemporaries of Louis XIV. This has nothing to do with what brought Holm here. I had to look somewhere else.
Okay.
Dear Countess Dunolstein. Dear Countess Dunolstein, what a pity you disappointed me. Managed to swindle Lafayette for the damage he did to the Western monarchies. So full of remorse once it was done, I don't really regret making you steal the necklace and end up in a convent.
I heard about this story. The Countess was apparently an acquaintance of Sir Gregory, but this has nothing to do with what's happening at the manor. I can put that one to the side.
Okay. Пропустить. Так. Теперь это правильное право. Сестер воспоминания правильное, но что-то должно идти раньше.
And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He knew I would drink it. The rascal knows me better than I do myself.
The blood that Mortimer used is deadly poison for a demon. Holm won't survive it. Oh, it's over for him. He's finished.
Окей, это последнее воспоминание, по идее. Там у нас что?
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then I didn't react.
Oh, yeah. Да. Да, ну Холм, ты, конечно, дундук. Получается, Сара, которая наша мама, его дочь Мортимера, мы, его сын, обе сестры, Эмили и Эмма, его дети. Так. Ёлки-палки, там тоже какая-то ерунда. А, это, наверное, выход. Так. Это последняя должна быть. Это, возможно, следующее. Окей.
Called Sparta.
Yeah.
And when Elizabeth disappeared. And when Elizabeth disappeared, No. It's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word.
Elizabeth's presence was crucial for Holm. If she was still here, he'd still be alive. This memory is important without a shadow of a doubt. It took place after my arrival with Emily and Cardinal Biaggi, but well before I found out the truth about my nature.
Okay.
He feeds Louis. He feeds Louis. I continue to see nothing. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually take months to give to our children, and Louis is only trying his best to get by. He doesn't realize he's being led to the slaughter.
So Holmes seems certain that Mortimer's been using me, but I get the impression that he's only had this vision recently. It's one of the last ones he had.
Так, окей. Значит, следующее должно быть... Так, это ненужное воспоминание, правильно? Правильно. Это, получается, первое воспоминание. Не знаю, насколько это правильно. Мы, к сожалению, не можем его снова нарушил правила. Стоп. Кто на меня наорал только что? Нарушил правила. Стоп. На меня какое-то воспоминание только что наорал. Где? Вот это? Нет, это про Францию. Okay.
It's about my first vision on the island, the day of my arrival. This could be the beginning of the story, yet Holmes is talking about bringing Emily back again. So there must have been something before this.
Окей, значит, предыдущее воспоминание мы выбрали. Пусть будет это воспоминание.
I'm on the right track here.
Правда? Мы на верном пути? Точно? Воу, воу, Луи, ты чё? Иди. Луи! Ой, забыл, как ходить. Так. Это все лишние воспоминания, получается. Что у нас тут? Это чай.
Coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then I didn't react.
Okay.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
I'm getting closer to him.
Окей. Теперь нам нужно пробежать назад.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Louis.
Да, я делаю все, что могу. Холм, не поторапливай меня. Так, это Спарта.
I recalled Sparta, and when Elizabeth disappeared, No, it's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. And when Elizabeth disappeared,
Okay.
Be quick! He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually
end here.
Окей. Последнее будет с чаем, которое в 5 километрах отсюда. О, Холм. Обязательно было вот так сделать все. Обязательно надо было в склепе все это расставить, чтобы нам было Нужно марафон устраивать между картинами и воспоминаниями. Так, это не то. Где чай? Где блинский чай? Вон он.
And the cherry on the cake is I drank his... And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He trapped me. He poisoned me to stop me from being able to leave this body. He cut off all communication with Father and brought his children here. How could I not have seen it earlier? He's going to absorb me. The traitor! No one can stop him now. Hurry, Louis. I absolutely must see you before it's too late. If you have managed to follow my thoughts, come to me. Quickly!
Come to me. Воу. Воу, что происходит? Такое ощущение, как будто я что-то пропустила.
Hurry! He's coming!
What's happening?
I can sense him. He's here. He's trying to get inside me, Louis. William has completely lost his mind. He's getting ready to pull out all the stops. He's going to devour my mind, Louis. I'm not going to be able to stop him.
Louis, you are here. I sense your presence.
What? But he can't even see me.
Congratulations, my son. You have succeeded in joining us.
Louis, don't let him draw you in there. You are signing your death warrant if you decide to follow him. I won't be there to protect you.
It's over, my son. We have won. A new order can be born.
Louis, I'm so weak. I can feel him entering. I can no longer keep him out. He's coming.
Ну, он уже здесь.
He's here.
I can. Can you see him?
He's here. He's coming closer to you.
Where? Louis. I don't want to just disappear. He's inside my mind. I can feel him crushing me.
He's just in front of you.
I'm so sorry, brother. There's nothing you can do to stop me now. You made your choice, and you have lost.
I was wrong about him from the very beginning. He's mad. He must be stopped. You can still do something, Louis. Don't let him get away with it. Please.
Что делать? Я там какую-то картину, походу, не нашла. У меня нет всей информации теперь. Ёлки-палки, что делать-то?
Look at yourself, Uncle. You're just as bad as he is. Despite being centuries old, and despite all the wisdom you should have acquired, I don't believe in you, nor do I believe in him. You can count on me to do my utmost so that neither of you will succeed in your plans.
Louis, it's over for me. It's up to you now to protect our family.
Find your sister.
She'll know what to do.
What are you saying?
Find her.
Find her. Ты меня спрашиваешь, я не
It's
знаю, я спрашиваю
over,
воздух.
brother. Don't fight it.
You will be punished for this.
Perhaps, but you won't be there to see it, will you?
You will be
Вау. Вау. Так, я там не... Я мог встретить духа Асаила. Кто Асаил? Чё за дух? Ёлки-палки. Надо было побольше побегать по этому склепу. Ну ладно. Я предпочел служить человечеству. Yes! Я сделала правильный выбор. Для себя. Окей. Теперь нам осталось как-то из этого всего выпутаться. Секунду. Давайте прочитаем Аль-Азиф. Потому что почему нет? Правда, одна страница вырвана, но... Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй.
Where am I?
It's all right, son. Don't panic. It's over.
I'm back? Where are the guests?
I invited them to go up to their rooms. They're resting. Don't worry.
Uh-huh.
Gregory?
You should have chosen your allies better, my son.
You mean you planned to get rid of him since the beginning?
For years, Louis. Come now. Would I really have risked everything at such a one-sided conference without having a trump card up my sleeve?
But what about the conference rules?
To hell with the rules. From now on, I'm only following my own rules. Things are going to change. We'll see. However, I expect you to stop your childish games and follow me. I gave you time to find your feet with Gregory, but things are going to get serious now, and I expect a little more loyalty from you.
What did you do to him?
I devoured his soul.
But I didn't see you use the Holy Lance.
Indeed not. I didn't need to. Can't you guess how I did it? The Lance of Longinus is just a vessel, Louis. It could have been any object that had the blood of Christ on it. The blood of an ancient, more precisely. But I didn't need the blood of an ancient. You see, I have been in dear Lord Mortimer's physical body for longer than my brother has been in Sir Gregory Holmes. Therefore, I am an ancient, Louis.
Okay. Зачем вы
He was your brother. Why did you kill him? He never meant you any harm.
Oh, Louis, I am exhausted. Let's talk about this later.
Нет.
No, tell me why now. I want to understand.
Stubborn as a mule. After centuries of trying to convince him, I assure you I had no other option than to do away with him. He would never have allowed me to depose our father. In the past, he had already opposed me, and sometimes very violently. He seemed to you like a man of peace, because you did not represent any danger to him. But I can assure you, he was not. With anything to do with our father, he would be merciless. In any case, what's done is done. I'm going to rest in the dining room. Join me there when you're ready. The time has come to end this little antisocial gathering.
No doubt about it. This family is rotten to the marrow. I did right not to trust them. Home told me that my last resort was to find my sister. I hope Emily's in her room.
Окей, пойдем. Найдем Эмили. Нас переселили в гостиную. Холм так и будет валяться дохлый там. Отправляйтесь за помощью к леди Хилсборо. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй.
Emily?
Yes. What's happening, Louis? You look...
Holm is dead.
Good God, he did it!
What do you mean?
He warned me that Mortimer would probably try to get rid of him. He couldn't believe it himself. But we have to admit that he was right to be wary. We are in great danger, Louis.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When Gregory came to warn me, he assured me that we would be the next to go down.
Вполне себе.
I don't understand. Why would Mortimer attack us?
His brother, then his children.
He feeds on us.
Pardon me?
The bastard! It's been right under our noses all this time, Emily. Saturn devouring his children, and without Gregory to obstruct him. Now, we're easy prey.
No, it's impossible.
Вот
No.
зачем ему
He's
такое количество
insane,
детей.
Emily. But don't worry. We're together now, and he doesn't know that we know. Which means that we have the advantage.
When I brought up the possibility of us running away as quickly as we could, Gregory dissuaded me. He thought that Mortimer would see it coming, and that we would have no chance.
I guess I agree with him, and now we're here. I'm not gonna let him get away with it. There's two of us now, Emily. We can count on each other.
Well, on that note, I haven't told you everything, Louis.
Uh-oh.
This might be a bit hard for you to accept, so I wanted to warn you. There are 3 of us.
Hello.
Surprise, brother.
Excuse me?
It's Emma, Louis. Just before he disappeared, Holm explained to me how to bring her back from the ether. We were pressed for time
And the only body she could find was one of those cursed servants. Can you believe it?
Emma, don't start, please. I didn't exactly have
Потрясающе.
much of a choice.
Be that as it may, I'm the one inside the body of a masked lackey.
I had to deal with the most urgent thing first. We'll try and get you out of there as soon as we can, just as I promised you.
And I'll make sure you make good on your commitment, sister.
Emma, for the last time.
She is better, don't worry. Being a demon changes many things, and the prospect of getting stuck in the ether for eternity has opened her eyes.
Нет, фу, дракон, фу. Я не доверяю.
Frankly, Emily, you're asking a lot from me.
We don't have the choice, Louis. Trust
тоже верно.
me, I have faith in her.
Are we ready? Can we go now? Louis, at this point, it doesn't matter what you think about me. You need me. I'm guessing you are well aware of what we're about to face, aren't you?
Not really. No.
That's just what gives us a chance, is it not?
It's usually the only argument the reckless have in their favor.
Take heart. We're only about to confront an age-old creature that can read our thoughts and force us to act against our will and wants to devour us. So what's the problem?
If that is your attitude, I suggest we reevaluate the possibility of running away.
Stop it. Let's all just calm down. Only a few minutes ago, it was just the two of us. Things are looking up. Our chances are only getting better.
How do we get rid of him then?
Killing him won't change a thing, normally. He is capable of changing bodies.
I know how to kill a demon. And the irony of it is, he's the one who revealed it to me. We have to make him touch the blood of an older demon in order to encase him in his mortal body. This is the only way that might give us a chance of dealing him a fatal blow. And I've got the Holy Lance.
What's that got to do with demons?
Christ was his father. Believe me, if we get out of here alive, I'll have a lot of juicy details to tell you about the family. This lance actually received the blood of an ancient demon, and it can work on Mortimer.
Let's do it then.
Почему у нее голос Грегора?
Are you sure you're ready for this? Will you be all right?
Нет, она хочет нас убить.
Yes, I feel a lot better. Don't worry about me.
As you wish.
Нет, ей не лучше, она нас убьет. Она нас хочет убить, проколоть всеми ножами и вилками, которые может найти. Что им нужно сделать? Встретиться с Мортимером в столовой. Пошел подкрепиться, значит. Секунду. Ну, давайте пойдем посмотрим, что происходит. Ох, елки-палки. И они тут.
Louis, there you are. Look, she's better.
Perfect.
Good. Are you ready, Louis? Can we go?
Yes. Let's get it over with.
Нет. Это дракон у тебя все пошло звучит.
Louis, I've been expecting... Oh, I see you haven't come alone. To what do I owe the honor, Duchess?
I thought this discussion should
Не стой
concern
рядом
the
с нами.
whole family.
За нашей спиной.
Surprise, father. Emma. You brought her back from the ether. Well, I am impressed, my children.
It's over, Father.
We can't let you go on like this.
Enough!
Louis!
Who on earth do you think you are, for heaven's sake? Did you think I wouldn't know what you are planning? You are mere insects compared to me. You never had a chance.
Help! My head!
Let's do it!
Now!
How dare you!
Keep going, it's working!
Get him!
Louis!
Дарить копьем. Дарить гвоздем. Что за гвоздь? А, наверное, можно было гвоздь найти.
It's over. You've lost.
No, Louis!
Ты говори это после того, как ты его проходишь. О, боже мой.
My son! You will regret your actions when you see him.
Come, Louis. It's over.
Let's leave.
Окей. Я аж вспотела происходящего. Эти хоть все живые. Тоже. Мы, короче, все валим резко. Кто грести будет? Где все слуги? Кто будет грести?
Von Volner tightened his political and spiritual grip on King Frederick William. On the death of the king in 1797, Johann retired with his wife to his country estate in order to continue his work on his theological and alchemical thesis. Manuel Godoy's close relationship with Napoleon enabled him to claim a part of Portugal, as well as the protection of France upon the fall of the kingdom. He died in the company of his beloved mistress Pepita, after recovering all his titles and properties. Napoleon Bonaparte continued his political and military rise until his self-proclamation as emperor. His excessive ambition would cost the lives of 1,700,000 Frenchmen and leave France poorer and weaker than ever before. Deported and imprisoned by the British on St. Helena Island, he died on the 5th of May, 1821, as an exile to general indifference. During his second term, George Washington had to deal with a number of rebellions. He enraged public opinion by building close diplomatic links with Great Britain, which forced him to give up a third term in office. He retired to his country estate until his death, without being able to implement the annexation of the highly coveted Louisiana Territory. The Duchess, through her relationship with the Crown, made it possible for Great Britain to build closer links to the United States on both the diplomatic and the commercial fronts. She became inseparable from the Marchioness Cunningham, reputed for being the most influential mistress of King George IV of England, and whom she inducted into the Golden Order. His Eminence was obliged to justify himself on his return over the letter he had sent to His Holiness. His mental health was called into question, and consequently he was withdrawn from papal state power. It was said in polite undertones that he had been sent to a faraway retreat, the better to hide his anonymous confinement in an asylum of Rome. Sarah de Richet never returned from her trip to the English Isles. Her disappearance spelled the end for the Golden Order, and was the object of gossip for just a few days at the court of France. On his return to Paris, Peyrou resigned from his posting as judge at the revolutionary courts. He withdrew to the south of France with his daughter until his death.
Прикольно.
Nothing more was ever heard of Lord Mortimer. His sudden disappearance was a topic of conversation in the European courts, but only for a few months.
Привет, Тема. Да, походу мы прошли игру. А что с Луи стало? А что стало с Эммой? Что стало с нашей мамой? Мы убили лорда Мортимера копьем судьбы. Пробил лорда Мортимера вместе со своими сестрами. Я отвез Аль-Азиф обратно на материк. Я покинул остров живым и невредимым. Я получил поддержку сестер Хиллсбороу. Окей. Мы прочитали Аль-Азиф? Все, что ли? Окей, это все. Это все. Я всех поздравляю, это все. Так, момент, я проверю, что никто больше ничего там не попросил. Я нас поздравляю. Мы прошли наконец эту игру в 5 эпизодах. Очень было нервозно. Я в последний момент я аж вся вспотела. Я ожидала предательства со всех сторон. Но у нас получилось. Правда, я теперь не знаю, что случилось с Сарой Дорише. Она вроде уплыла с этого острова в безопасности, но теперь я думаю, может, он ее там дух поймал, пока она плыла. И сожрал. Потому что, как мы теперь знаем, он... Это не просто так. Предупреждающие картины везде висят. Он действительно пожирал своих детей, аки Сатурн. Поэтому ему столько детей нужно было. Клевый стрим, жаль, что так мало. 2 часа уже. 1:40 стримим. Ну да, вообще, последний, весь 5-й эпизод мы прошли за 1:40. Что прикольно. Потому что остальные эпизоды были... Одна часть одного эпизода часто... час мы на нее убивали, не меньше. Окей, и мне нравится развязка, потому что мы за человечество, а не за демонов, поэтому мы и Холму такие, сори, бай. И Мортимеру такие, слушай, папа, не звени, но мы за человечество. Копьем и все. Окей. По-моему, все отлично получилось. Куда дальше? Дальше все на сегодня. Мы... Как игра называлась? Да. Мы завтра можем поиграть посмотреть игру с потрясающим саундтреком, с славянской тематикой. Или ТСО, или Вовка, или Индия, ты ж, боже мой. И да, точно, мы в ТСО должны зайти, потому что у меня не раскиданы ни таланты новые, там же все обновили. У меня ни новые таланты не раскиданы, ничего, поэтому завтра будем играть в ТСО. Будем смотреть, как усовершенствовать ящура. На сегодня все. Всем большое спасибо. Пока-пока.